Hello everyone and welcome back to WPGlob. I'm Sona and today in this video tutorial I'll show you how to make translations in your WordPress with and without plugin. The two main options that we are going to discuss today is with the help of a Loco Translate plugin, and the other one is with the help of Poedit that you need to install beforehand in your Windows. But if you feel a bit confused, don't worry, because we'll figure out everything together. First of all, we'll use the Loco Translate plugin options, and then we'll go further and make our translations with the help of Poedit. So let's start. As I have told you before, today we'll use the first method with the Loco Translate plugin, and we'll try to make our translations with the help of Loco Translate. So this is the official WordPress page of Loco Translate. You can scroll down and get acquainted with the functionalities offered by the plugin. And the second way of making translations is Poedit. This is the official page of Poedit, and we'll download it beforehand and in our Windows, and then we'll start making our translations with the help of Poedit. Now it's time to move to dashboard, where we can start our journey. I have already installed the Loco Translate plugin, and now the home page will appear in your screens. Firstly, it's time to understand in which language is our WordPress initial page. Here it is English in my case, and I want to translate the plugin into Spanish. I want to translate a Survey Maker plugin, and now we go to General Settings. So we want to translate it into Spanish. That's why we change the language and see some of the translations available there. As you see, some of the texts are already translated and some are not. So we'll try to continue the translation process. Now in your screens appear the translated versions of different texts, and you see this text is not translated, and now we'll try to translate this with the help of Loco Translate. To do that, we need to go to plugin section and select Survey Maker. Now we see all the languages that have been translated in case of this plugin, and it is 68% translated into Spanish, and we can continue it. If we want to add a new language, we need to press Add New Language and then choose whatever language we want. There is a big range of languages, and we can make our translations, but note that there is a high risk of losing the translation profile in the case of plugin updates. That's why I will present a couple of ways to avoid the loss. Loco Translate always allows to put the profile in the language section of WordPress, or in the WordPress default section, where all the translations are being kept. And generally, I suggest that you use this method, because it is very safe and there are no issues occurred after plugin updates. So now let's translate into Spanish. For that, we need to select Spanish and see all the translatable texts. So we want to translate this text that we have selected previously. This is the text, so we should copy it and paste it below. And then it searches and finds the translation. And here you can get the translated version of the phrase. So you can make your changes and press the Save button. So the translation is saved, and if we go back to the plugin and refresh it, we'll see already translated version of the phrase. See how easy and quickly we managed to make our translation with Loco plugin. And now let's move to Poedit and make our translations with the help of this option. I have already downloaded Poedit on my Windows, so let's use the Poedit to translate the same SurveyMaker plugin together. You see the list of languages in which the plugin is already translated. So let's choose another language, a new language in which it is not translated yet. Go to the directions section. I use examp, and so go there and then to htdocs. Afterwards select WordPress and then WP content. Go to the plugins and find SurveyMaker there. SurveyMaker is fully translatable plugin, so there is a language section separately, so we can see our translations. In order to make our translations with Poedit, we need to have a PO file where all the text to translations are present. In order to choose a new language, we have to go to the file section, then we need to choose a new language that we want to make our translations. These are all the text that we can translate, and now let's move to file section and press new from pod and PO file. Then we need to press SurveyMaker pod file, edit there, and here we can choose separate another language that we want to make our translations. So you can choose whatever language you want. There are a lot of languages, and now as an example we will use Russian, and then press OK button. These are all the text that need to be translated into Russian. So let's choose a phrase or a text, even a word. Now let's translate clear, the word clear, into Russian. In this section you can write the translated word, but there are also suggestions. For example, here it is suggested translation to clear, and if you don't like it, you can make some changes, and if you like it, you can just press on it and it will appear in the translation section. The same is done with other words. There are suggested translations, and if you think that it needs some work and edit, you can enable the needs work button, and it will change its color. Afterwards you can complete all the translations and come back and edit that one that needs to be worked on. You can also add some comments. Here you see the comment section, and after making all the regulations, you can save your changes. The translated file needs to have a separate special name. The first part needs to be written the plugin name, in this case SurveyMaker, and then the short version of the language. In this case it's ru, and then we need to first that you write SurveyMaker and then lowercase ru and then uppercase ru. Afterwards just save your changes and save the file. Here it appears both the PO and the MO file, however the translation contains in the PO file. Now let's go back, refresh the page, and surprisingly you will see the Russian language translation. It is only 0.2% because we have translated only one word. These are all the phrases and words that can be translated, and if we scroll down we'll find our translated words, and also you can see the comment that we have written together. So that was it. As you see, it was not too hard, and now you know exactly 2 ways of how to make translations in WordPress. But in case of any further questions, don't forget to write down in the comments, and also subscribe for our YouTube channel and receive more useful video tutorials.